So this right here is a rubber rib, and it's largely a shaping and a smoothing tool. So I am going to take this and just on the surface of my clay, I am going to press minimal pressure. And what I want to do with it is just get rid of the texture. Okay, so I'm going to go one direction and then the other. And I'm going to do this to both of my tiles. Okay, any texture I can't get rid of with the rib, I'm going to again put minimal pressure on this and just smooth it out a little bit with my finger before I get started. Okay. Now at this point in time, for the areas of my relief tile, so relief is something that starts with a flat backing and the surface is built up in certain amounts. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to transfer the main parts of my design onto my second clay tile, and I'm going to transfer just the parts that I want to do in relief. Okay, so I think I could start with my border first. I could start with my initial. I'm kind of curious to do my initial first, so I am going to transfer that. I'm going to line it up on my tile, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is surface level pokes. Okay, so let me see if I can scoot you guys over. Just going to do surface level pokes, so think pinpricks. Right on the perimeter of the shape for my letter. Okay. Now, really quick reminder about using the needle tool. The needle tool is only to be used on clay. It's only to be used on your clay. You don't need to be touching anyone else's clay. Okay. Always make sure you're using this on another surface. Always treat it respectfully. Okay, and it goes back in your supply bin as soon as you're done. So again, I am just doing surface level pokes on the perimeter of my initial. And this will transfer the design onto the surface. Now you'll notice how close mine are together. That is so that I can do connect the dots a little bit later on. So when I peel this up, this is what it looks like, okay? And so at this point in time, I am going to, again, very surface level, connect the dots. And then once the dots are connected, I'm going to cut through. All right, so this is me transferring my design on here. Okay, to cut this out, what I'm going to do is just press this tool all the way to the styrofoam. Sometimes I go a little bit outside of the line that I sketched. And I'm going to drag it slowly. And again, I'm just dragging it to the surface of my styrofoam. All right. So this is what I have, and at this point in time, this is ready to be popped out of my clay. All right. So I'm going to very gently pick this up. I'm going to keep the extra piece here, the clay around my letter. I'm going to keep that intact because part of this may become part of my border. I'm not sure. All right. But I'm going to very carefully, so I don't rip my letter, pop it out. So I'm not ripping it out all at one time. I'm doing it just a little bit at a time. And I'm going to move this to the side. And this is now ready to be attached on. I'm going to pop out these other little sections of my letter because I no longer need those. And if there's another section of my letter that I can transfer on, I will do that. So if I want to do part of my border, I can do that. That's more than fine. And then next video, I'll share with you how to attach it together.